There are so many interesting things that happen when nobody's watching. We should really be grateful that we have the opportunity to capture these with our smartphones these days. We usually don't believe what we don't see, but today we bring you 12 amazing moments that no one would believe if they weren't filmed. Here we go. Kayaker woes. Kayaking is one of those activities that seem pretty cool at first, but upon closer glance, it can be a little too dangerous. Just imagine yourself in the middle of nowhere on a tiny kayak and all by yourself. Now picture the big blue ocean around you with no sign of life anywhere. Well, this video shows a man in the same situation, and similar to the movie Open Water, a shark starts surrounding his kayak. What would you do? The shark was about 5 meters long. It seems it couldn't have been a happy ending. Thankfully, the man survived and now has this video as proof. Big turtles. We know turtles can be big, but gigantic? Well, yes, they exist. Being the 4th heaviest reptile, the leatherback sea turtle can reach a length of 183 centimeters and weigh up to 500 kilograms. The largest one ever recorded was almost 305 centimeters long and had a weight of 916 kilograms. They're not dangerous, on the contrary, they're quite gentle. A huge, powerful, strong and extremely kind sea creature. They lack a bony shell, unlike other sea turtles, and have a carapace covered by skin and oily flesh. Thus, they prefer beaches with soft sand in order to avoid the damage of hard rocks. They're one of the deepest diving marine animals and the fastest moving non-avian with a speed of 35.28 kilometers an hour in the water, which earned them the Guinness World Record in 1992. How fascinating. Moolah. Maybe pirates don't exist anymore, but treasure hunting is still a popular thing out there. If you know where to look, you'll surely find something valuable. This was the case for Jonah Martinez, a 43-year-old treasure hunter who found a fortune only using a metal detector in the right place. In a beach in Florida, Martinez found some Spanish coins dating back to 1715. He was able to dig out 22 silver coins, and though he estimated the cost of his discovery was almost $6,000, he decided to keep them for himself because he didn't care about the money. He's really interested in collecting pieces of history. Jonah has been doing this for more than 24 years. Maybe it's true what people say. It's just a matter of being at the right place at the right time. Surf's up. Surfing can be a great activity, yet a scary one. All sports have a degree of risk and surfing is no exception. Either way, some people have become experts and maybe they're not afraid of dying. This may be the case of Rodrigo Costa, a Brazilian professional big wave surfer who has a bunch of achievements in the world of surfing. He surfed the biggest wave in South America, which was 18.29 meters. He also broke the record for the largest wave surfed at Nazaré, Portugal, with a height of about 24.38 meters. In the Guinness World Record, he holds the title for the biggest wave ever surfed in the history of the World Surfing League, which gave him the coveted Quicksilver XXL Biggest Wave Prize. Look at the size of that wave. Angry birds. Animals can be quite annoying. Pigeons or monkeys are just an example of how bothersome some animals can be. And it's even worse when you want to relax on the beach and suddenly a bunch of seagulls come flying around, ruining your day by stealing your food. The seagulls from Finding Nemo are just a little sample of how irritating they can be. They have even stolen dogs from people's houses. There are a lot of different videos on the internet of people being chased around the beach, and we can't stop thinking about just how frustrating it is to be bothered on your day off by these creatures while you're eating your favorite food. Stunningly preserved giant squid. The giant squid is the biggest invertebrate on the planet and can weigh almost a ton. Images of this species are very hard to capture because of its deep water habitat, but imagine finding it on the beach and alive. Unfortunately, the story doesn't have a happy ending. As you can see, a group of people found this giant squid lying on the Britannia Bay in southwest South Africa. The 13.7-foot-long creature was alive, but it didn't last long. It was still pumping out ink, and one of the bystanders wanted to move it back to the ocean, but it was too late. Rest in peace, big guy. Deep-sea Garfield treasure. There are weird things lying deep down in the sea. Of course, animals and treasures are very common, but cats? The most famous cat, to be more specific, Garfield phones, have been washing ashore for 30 years. Started in 1980 in Brittany, France, the reason for this was a mystery until a few years ago. The plastic phones came from a metal shipping container which was tucked away deep in a cave. Some volunteers were able to reach it but found nothing inside. That means there's still a high number of plastic phones that exist in the middle of the ocean, and it's impossible to retrieve them all until they wash up on the beaches. This is such a tiny example of the huge plastic pollution problem the world is facing. World's oldest message in a bottle. Have you ever asked yourself, I really want to know what is the oldest message sent via a bottle? No? Well, we haven't either, but anyway, we bring you that information today because we know the answer. Found on Western Australia Beach, the bottle discovered by a Perth family has been around for 132 years since it was thrown into the sea. The family took the bottle home without having any idea of what it could possibly be, and after some studies, experts confirmed that it was from a German ship named Boggler and dated on June 12, 1886. The previous Guinness World Record was only 108 years old. It's crazy to think how long these letters have been lasting in the sea, even after being exposed to the sun and the water. The South African mussel mystery. Do you like eating mussels? Well, we don't recommend eating these ones. There's no specific reason, it's just that their presence is a mystery. A few years ago, a beach in South Africa was covered with thousands of black mussels covering around 325 yards. Imagine waking up one day and finding this landscape in front of your house. While some people assumed it was caused by a red tide, a dangerous algal bloom, other experts believed it made more sense that the mollusks probably got dislodged by the heavy seas. If it was algal bloom, then the mussel would have been dead. But that wasn't the case here. It was not the first time that this happened, and experts recommend not eating them, even if you are a seafood lover. Siberian beach snowballs. When you're on a beach, you expect sunny days and warm weather. However, that's not the case in this beach located in the Gulf of Ob in northwest Siberia. Thousands of icy spheres of different sizes from a tennis ball to up to 1 meter covered 18 kilometers of the coast. This strange yet mesmerizing sight was something that the inhabitants of the village had never seen before. They're created by a rare environmental process where small pieces of ice form and are rolled by wind and water and end up as giant snowballs on the beach. Imagine having a massive snowball fight here. Unexplained mass extinction in Russia. Last year was hard for everyone, not only for the obvious reasons but also for different tragedies that affected different parts of the world. On the beaches of Kamchatka in Russia, many sea creatures washed up on the coast dead. From octopuses to seals and starfish, they were all lying on the beach along a long stretch of discolored ocean. People who used to go to the beach said they were experiencing nausea, fever, rashes, among other symptoms. As you may have imagined, it was a major marine pollution accident, and initial analysis claimed it was caused by oil products and phenol in the water. However, later studies revealed that this was caused by toxic algae, which means it was a natural pollutant. No matter what caused this, it's still a tragedy. The kaplan fish roll. When mating season arrives, millions of kaplans start rolling to the shore with the help of waves. Then the beach is covered by a beautiful silver color. Because of this event, thousands of birds and whales come along looking for a meal by feasting on these little fish that can reach up to 20 centimeters long. Although it doesn't have a specific date, the event takes place mid-June or July. People love to see it, and even the most inexperienced fisher will leave the beach with a handful of these kaplan's. Another fun fact is that almost all males die during this season because they are semiparous, which means they'll only breed once in their lifetime and they'll die after fulfilling that mission, whereas females leave the spawning grounds immediately and can mate again without any restriction. This is a rare sight which you can catch in Newfoundland and Labrador. Plane that became a hotel. Planes can't fly forever. They get to a place where they also have to hang their boots. When they retire, they're either turned into scrap metal or go into storage. This 30-year-old Boeing 767 is unlike most planes you've seen. A rich Irish businessman, David McGowan, was searching for such a plane to be his little fancy hotel at his camping venue. When he finally found the plane of his dreams, he had plans for it to be delivered to him, even though the plane could not fly. After 30 years in the sky, the plane had run its course, and no one would agree to give it a license. There then remained one way to get it to its new owner: by sea. This 50-ton machine was then strapped nicely onto a massive barge once it had been lifted into position by a gigantic crane. Well, that's it. Maybe beaches are not all that relaxing after all. Just so you don't miss out on such crazy beach happenings in the future, always have your smartphone camera on the ready. Do let us know in the comments which moment you like the most, and before you go, be sure to smash the like button, share and subscribe for more amazing content. See you next time.